We're here today to talk about some of the key themes and inner workings of CEP917, a blended hybrid course that we, Punya Mishra,
and Danah Henriksen,
taught in the fall semester of 2012 as part of the doctoral program in educational psychology and educational technology.
CEP917, or Knowledge Media Design, if we want to get fancy, is a course about design. It's design as it relates to technology and learning, but more broadly, design as pervading the world around us, the artificial world of objects, artifacts, processes, and more.
One core idea about design from this semester that really resonated with many students was the idea that design is a conversation. A conversation between the designer and his or her materials, between users and artifacts, between science and art, between affordances and constraints. So we, Danah and I, decided for this video to just have a conversation and record it.
A conversation about design as conversation. How cool.
So one of the key things that comes up a lot when we talk about the course is the way it was not just a course about design, but also an example of design in action.
And it was complicated and unusual in that half the students were on campus and the other half were online. The class met both synchronously, once every 2 weeks, and asynchronously through the course website, which was live pretty much all of the time.
Right. So when we were planning the course, we put a lot of thought into the structure or the flow of the class, so that the assignments, readings, and so on, whether synchronous or asynchronous, worked seamlessly together. And guess what? A lot of things got changed once the class started, and we got a better handle on how things really worked.
We were able to discuss this course design and redesign with students, and they could relate and understand because they were actually experiencing it. We had all of this technology for our synchronous sessions, things like GoToMeeting and different cameras for whole class discussions, or Google Docs or Skype and Etherpad, so that everyone could be in the same virtual space at once, from people on campus to people in Nevada or the Netherlands.
And we had technology for asynchronous work, such as the course WordPress website and discussion forums, a blog, and so on. The interesting part was not just this technology, but the opportunities that arose to repurpose things for our students and teaching needs. There were quite a few of those over the semester. The one I loved was the tripad that we jerry-rigged, MacGyvered out of a tripod and an iPad camera.
I think when we hit upon that simple little tripod contraption, the discussions really turned a corner and got more lively and personal. We had that feedback initially from some of the online students that they couldn't really get a personal sense of other people in the room.
Yep, remember we tried various camera angles, solutions to give a sense of closeness and presence to the classroom? And then William, one of the students, started using the iPad to broadcast close-up images to the online students.
And we just were like, aha! So we attached an iPad in camera mode to a movable tripod that we shifted around the room to whoever was talking. It was such a big success in making people feel closer to the group discussions, and a nice chance to talk about the idea of repurposing.
Repurposing, of course, being one of the key ideas covered in the course. It showed how small tweaks can have significant consequences to the success of a design. But as we are talking about design here, don't you think we should say a little about the design of the course assignments, projects, readings, all the good stuff?
Okay, well, to start off with, I would say that there was a lot of purposeful design at work. We tried to tailor projects to fit meaningfully with the readings. Our goal was really to give a sense of wholeness to the design. Things needed to fit together. So for example, the photo essay and the social life of things, where students use technologies like digital photography, ISU, YouTube, and some other things to create a photo essay about the social and personal meaning of designed objects. We made sure that the project came on the heels of a Chicks in the High reading about how objects provide meaning to our lives and to our identities.
Or there was the Emotional Experience Map project, where students had to create a visual representation of their personal emotional experience of a process. Anything from buying a song on iTunes to the experience of voting in a national election. We of course assigned this project towards the end of the semester, at a time when we were discussing user testing and other similar topics.
Wasn't it amazing to see the range of technologies that the students used? Whether it was the emotional map or the final design project, people used a wide range of software or even some new things or apps that I've never seen before.
And it was kind of that way with all of the projects. We didn't mandate any particular tools, and the creativity that emerged was amazing. Even when communicating in small group assignments, students alternated between Google Docs, Etherpad, Skype, Google Hangouts.
I'm glad we left the decisions about the choice of technology open to them and their purpose. I think it really helped them see design in new ways as driven by a purpose. And of course, this sometimes means repurposing tools in new and creative ways. And that was fun to see.
And we did have a lot of fun in this class as well. It was most definitely not all work and no play. Design needs play.
Absolutely. I think that the automatic haiku generator that we demonstrated at the end of the class was a good example of that. Students created 5 and 7-syllable phrases from design topics that we discussed throughout the semester, and the software generated random haikus from them.
Well, it might be a stretch to think of some of them as haikus, but every once in a while we would get one that would surprise us by its beauty, which again speaks to the role of serendipity and creativity in design.
And it was a great ending activity for the course, germane to the issues that we discussed and still fun. And speaking of endings, I think it's time for us to end this conversation. Our 5 minutes are up.
That was quick, so thank you all for listening, and we hope that we have managed to capture something of what 917 was like. Take care.
Bye.